Okay guys, so today out of request of a member on my Discord channel, I will cover today Reliance, BPCL and ONGC. So let's start with Reliance. Here I have on the 3 months my main count, and this is basically also the only count we need to look at. So here we are looking at a not yet finished impulse. We have our wave 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So on the lower time frames, we will later on look at if this wave 3 is already finished or not. But out of perspective, we already need to prepare ourselves for this wave 4. So basically on the higher time frame, so on the 3 months chart, probabilities are higher to look for a retracement slash longer range to match this wave 4. Now, if we then look at this range, not this range, but this count to the upside, my first count is this, where we go into the 1 month chart and take a look at it. So here we have a multi-1-2 scenario where we have a 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5 to then finish a 1 2 3 4 5. So in this count, the top is already in. So we are already beginning here our wave 4, which will take long time. So yes, we are looking here at this wave 4, 5, and then finishing this. Now the other option is basically this count where we have a diagonal at the ending structure. Again, we are looking here at a 1, 2, 3, 4, not as a 1, 2, but as a 3, 4 this time. And then our wave 5 will be an ending diagonal, where we look at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, an ending diagonal is only allowed that the waves in the ending diagonal, they have to be 3-wave structures. So if you don't know exactly what I mean, simply watch the Elliott Wave masterclass. You can find it on my YouTube channel. So here then this means this is a 3-wave move, this is a 2. Now this pretty much looks like a 5-wave move. So we still need to see one more high to then finish with 3, 4 and 5, which means this wave 3 is not yet finished, and we are looking at 2 more highs to then finish your wave 3, 4 and then your wave 5. So this would then look like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But also in this case, we are not looking for like impulsive moves to the upside. We are looking to simply continue this, this range to the upside, this grind to the upside, not really these impulsive moves anymore. In conclusion, we have to simply accept then that the uptrend is exhausted and we need a retracement. So here, therefore, our the 3 minutes, 3 months probabilities of looking for wave 4 are at the moment the highest. With that in mind, if you are in this project, not in this project, but in this stock, then yeah, I would absolutely take profits. Now let's go to BPCL. So here, let's start on the monthly chart. Let's go down to the weekly, by the month, and go through my main scenarios. So as you can see, this is an impulse: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this case, our wave 3 in blue or our wave 5 in yellow is already finished. Alternatively, it is not, because this can also be a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of a lower degree, and then we will finish our wave 3 in blue. But that is something we actually don't know yet. We simply cannot know that yet. as we don't have any information about it, whether it is a lower degree count or a higher degree count. That means we simply take it from here that this is an already finished wave 3, looking for wave 4 and wave 5. So in this case, we are looking for more downsides, slash a bigger range in time. And the other scenario then is an ABC, where this is not a 1, 2, 3, but an ABC, which is also finished at a high. And we are simply looking for far more downside. In conclusion, in both cases, we are looking for a bit of a retracement to the downside or a higher or stronger retracement to the downside. Now, let's look at what is happening here. Because is the structure really ended already? Let's take a look. So here on the weekly count, we have a multi 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Structure is preferably finished. Now, does this mean the wave 5 of the higher degree is already finished here as well, like this wave 5? Or is this only the wave 1 of then the wave 5 coming in later on? And again, this is something we don't know yet, as this can be both scenarios. But we always want to stay conservative, so we don't get a slap in the face if the wave 1 will not happen. Now, even in the bullish scenario where we will see a wave 1, we preferably end this corrective structure after the 382 fib time, which sits in end of July. So even now, we are still looking for a bit of time to finish this retracement to the downside. With that in mind, we are looking at a bit of a retracement on the higher time frames, also on lower time frames. On the weekly chart, we still look to finish the structure after the 382 fib time. So then let's go to ONGC. ONGC, I had, right, let's go onto the monthly chart. On the month, or let's better go on, no, that's all right. So on the monthly chart, I put it on first count, this one. Simply impulse, correction, impulse. That is what we are looking at. Either a wave 1 or a wave A. We don't know it yet, and we will only know it once, we finish our wave 3/C. So in both cases, we are looking for more upside. Now, a bit problematic is this structure. I would preferably end a impulse up here. The problem is it is simply hard to count an impulse ending at this high. It's much easier to count an impulse finishing here, and this is corrective. But now what we have is a 3-wave move to the downside and a 3-wave move to the downside at this side. But we took out this high, so the only option for this being a corrective structure is a WXY double combo. And in a WXY double combo, waves W and Y preferably are not the same structure. But this as a 3-wave move can only be an ABC as a wave W, as well as this. So that's a bit of a problem, but we take what we have, and this is the only thing we have, so we take it. Now, the other scenario is simply another way to count this impulse to the upside if it interests you. This is then this way to count this, where you have an ending diagonal. Now, what is interesting is this structure, because this is simply the most interesting thing we are looking at right now. So let's drop down to the weekly time frame, and then I will guide you through my counts. Now, the first count is this one, where, and let's drop this down. We have already a finished impulse in a wave 1 and looking for a wave 2. Now, the problem with this count is that in your wave 3, you have a subdivision count which starts with an expanding diagonal. And if you have watched my masterclass, you know that expanding diagonals are very rare, never preferred. So this already decreases probabilities for the scenario where we are looking here at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a finished structure and looking for 2 and higher. So then let's look at the other scenario. The other scenario is then this one, where we have a diag in wave 1, 2, looking for a double 1, 2. Now this structure also holds a problem, and again the problem always sits at the structure, because here wave 1 and wave 4 actually are not overlapping, and this is what we want to see in an impulse, and I mean in the diagonal. So yeah, in both scenarios where we have problems, but in both scenarios we actually are looking for the same thing, downside. 1, 2, ending after the 3 at 2 flip time, which is this green line. Same thing for here. 1, 2, ending after the 3 at 2 flip time, which is the green line, and we have not ended there yet. So also in this case, we are looking for an unfinished structure to come lower. Preferably, this is a wave A, looking for an A, B, C, finishing here wave B, and then looking down for a C, which can be a wave 2, or we see a W, X, Y, and then the wave 2. So, but that's something I will cover once we actually are here at the green line. So either we have an input here, 1, 2, or we have the double 1, 2. Now, another scenario is simply counting this as a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would already say this is the lowest probability scenario, and a scenario I will not be sticking to right now. Simply because wave 1 is longer, is longer than wave 3. And wave 3 is not allowed to be the shortest wave, so wave 5 needs to be shorter than wave 3. Now, in an impulse, wave 3 usually is the extended wave and not wave 1. And here wave 1 is the extended wave. So that's also something that impacts this scenario. Now, the moment we hit this dotted line, this impulse gets invalidated. Now, another thing we can think of, but is not relevant at the moment, is an ABC of n wave 1 looking for 2, 3, 4, 5 in a bigger diagonal. But this is something we don't look at right now, as this is way too early to call. Now, in conclusion, on both scenarios, like I'm not looking at this right now, but in both scenarios, we are looking to end a structure at least here after May, after the 3 A2 flip time, which is in June 25. So it's still some time to come up, and we are looking for lower prices. So now that's really it with all of those pairs I covered. But in conclusion, all of those 3 pairs are looking for more downside. So prepare for that. Take profits. It's always good. It won't hurt your psychology to take some profits, but of course, leave something on the table, as we are looking simply for more upside. With that in mind, bye bye. If you want me to analyze something, write it down. I will take it in my analysis.